might have saved somebody's life. In
Well,
27 years, you had to save at least one person's life.
Yeah, I mean, I have did a CPR on a lady that overdosed. We actually brought her back and brought her back to life, so got the life saving, that kind of thing. But on a lot, like along the lines that you're talking about, when I first got into, so this is kind of like how I knew law enforcement was for me, and I was going to be good at it, and I was going to have a good long career, and I was going to make it through it. My badge number, when they gave me my badge, is 946. My mom's birthday is September 4th, 1946. I get emotional about it.
That's all right, man.
So I always knew that I was going to be good at it, and God was going to protect me. So, and He wanted me there, so I was going to be doing His work. And so I would, any opportunity that I got to talk about God and try to change somebody's life from doing crime, and it may be as simple as a speeding ticket. And I'll just give you an example. Right before I retired, probably 6 months, I stopped a lady that was 75 years old and was on Bruce B. Downs, and she was doing, speed limit's 45, I think she was doing 70. So I stop her, and immediately when I walk up, she's crying. So I ask for the license, registration, insurance, tell her who I am, and why I stopped you. I'm stopping you because you're going a little fast, you know, and I always ask, what's the hurry? So her mom was 96 or 97, was in a nursing home. And her husband, who was also like 75 or 76, he was ill with either cancer or something going on, dementia or something. So she was basically taking care of, even though the nursing home was doing the majority with her mom, she still was doing all this running around to try to take care of these two people. So I go back, I check her license, it's good. I don't have any intention of writing her a ticket, you know. But to me, I was, you know, it just came into my heart, says, you know what? God just wants me to talk to her. So I go back up and I just basically asked her, I said, ma'am, you know, I'm not going to write you a ticket. You're free to go. However, I'd like to talk to you a few minutes if that's okay. I said, because I have a belief in God, and I don't know if you do or not. And of course, before I can even finish, she goes, oh, you know, absolutely, I do believe in God. I'm saved. I 100%. So I said, well, God put me in this job for a reason, and I think He puts me in people's lives at certain points because He wants me to interject and bring Him back into the equation so that people realize that what they're doing may be too much. And I said, right now, God's telling me that you're trying to do way too much, and you're trying to do things too fast, you know. And what I mean by that is, I said, you're taking on too much. You're going to need some help. I said, because you're not young. You're trying to take care of somebody. I said, you probably got your own issues, but you're trying to take care of your husband, you're trying to take care of your mom, and you're burning the candle at both ends, and eventually that candle is not going to be enough. It's going to just flame out. And I said, me stopping you right here might have prevented you getting hit down the road because you're moving so fast, you might have gone through a red light. So all I'm asking you to do is just, in life, slow down a little bit. Take back, ask for some help. Don't overwhelm yourself. You know, she's like, you're so right. So I've got a ton of stories like that where another one was where a guy, I ended up arresting him, drug addict, you know, caught him with a bunch of drugs. So he went to prison. Never even thought any more about it, you know. But on the way to booking, I said, listen, man, you know, I'm not here just to put you in jail. I said, I'm here for a reason. And I think God put me here because He knows you're lost. And He doesn't want you doing this. So He put me here to put you in jail so that you can get this stuff out of your life and that you can get on track. And He's going to, I'm telling you, if you just believe in Him and give your heart over to Him, He's going to take care of it. He's going to take care of all this drug stuff. He's going to get you on the right path. And, you know, and they say, yeah. And a lot of the times I see them as repeat customers, and I give them the same story. and try to get them on the right path. Well, I never ran into this guy again till like, I want to say like 10 years later. But I didn't run into him on the job. I was actually buying my Toyota truck at the Toyota dealership on Florida Avenue. I was in the dealership looking around, looking at the thing, and I just kind of scanned around, and I went and had to take a double take because it was him.
So you remember the guy from 10 years prior?
I remembered him, but during our interaction, he resisted arrest. So during that arrest, he got injured. So obviously when you put somebody in prison for a long time, they get injured, you're thinking first thing they come out,
Scrumple.
yeah, they're
Pissed off.
oh yeah, first thing they may want to do is go after the person that put them there. So but now I've got my wife and I've got my kids with me. So now what do? So I'm like, I'm just gonna try to, hopefully he doesn't recognize me, and I'm just gonna try to stay out of the way and just go about my business, try to get my truck. He recognizes me. So he comes over and he says, how you doing? I'm doing okay. He goes, do you know who I am? I said, yeah, I know exactly who you are. And I said, I hope that we're not gonna have any issues. He says, absolutely not.
Says, I just want to shake your hand and thank you. He said, you got me back on my track from those words that you told me about God. So he goes, I believe in God, and I got a full-time job. I've got a family. And he goes, things have worked out great. So those are great. Those are the good stories.
Oh yeah.
I love hearing it, and I've got so many. I mean, I don't remember a lot of them, but I had a lot of those over the years where I actually had people come back.
That was going to be one of my next questions.
And
If
tell
you
me
ever
that
had
they-
anybody years later.
Yeah, that I changed their life.
Fantastic.
And I said, man,
That's the best feeling I can have.
These are the stories I want to hear too, though. I just don't want to hear the guy, the lady that killed 3 people.
Right.
I like to hear the stories that make people like you, big muscle guy, big guy, law enforcement. You can fight, you can use guns. You've been severely injured. You off-road. You're a guy's guy, and to see a guy's guy, so to speak, shed a tear over somebody doing better is fucking awesome. It's the kind of the thing I would like to see. Not just the lady that killed 3 people and injured 1.
Right.
You're always going to have that in everything.
Yeah.
It doesn't matter what business you're in. I mean, I was in the towing business for a long time. A lot of guys did. Actually, that's the most dangerous business on the road.
You're right.
People don't realize one reason why we do this is to bring awareness for bad stuff.
Right.
Y'all are on the road too, especially being a patrol officer.
Right.
You're on the road every day.
Correct.
When I was on the scene with Detective, you'll know him, Chris Kessler.
Yep.
We were at the off ramp in downtown where the old jail used to be, and a cop lights everywhere, tow truck lights, car parts, cones.
I think I remember this.
The whole 9 yards. He's got his flashlight down to his side, and he's directing traffic with his left hand. I watched it happen. I literally am loading my car. I looked. One of his nephew's my best friend. So I've known Chris since I got in the towing industry. I've known him for I don't know, probably 20 years, give or take. And as soon as I try to look, the car mirror clips him in the back and hits his flashlight. The first thing Chris does is he reared back with his flashlight to help me hit the car, and he stopped. I was like, "Why you throw it to their back window?" I really shouldn't, but I want to. And he blasted him in the back with his mirror.
Yeah.
I mean, he was literally 3 inches from
I didn't
clipping him
get
with
hit.
the
I
bumper.
got close. The car got so close to me, and if one of the guys that I came on with, it would not have yelled at me to turn, the guy would have hit me. So I turned just in time to the side as the car was going by, and I hit the window. I don't remember if it broke or not, but I hit the back window and yelled at him for to stop. He ended up stopping, so we broke some tickets. I don't think I broke the window, but it was I was trying to.
Yeah.